Okay, so what has changed in 2019 with Google search? How do you get to the top? Is there anything new? Is there anything different? Is there anything the same? That's what I'm going to answer for you in this video. In 2019, here's what's changed from Google. Ready? Drum roll, please. Nothing. Nothing has changed. Here's the thing. Google always wants to deliver the best results for their users. They want to put the best results at the top of the search page for any particular keyword search. The only reason they're continuously updating their algorithm is to meet this end goal. Many a guru, including myself, have written articles with clickbaity headlines like 8 tools you need to rank #1 on Google right now, or do this trick and you'll rank on Google in less than 3 hours. But in this video, I'm going to tell you the one thing that you need to do in order to rank at the top of Google in 2019. Now, let me just give you a little bit of a backstory on how I know this because I've experienced this. I've been building and marketing websites since 1999, and I've just always kind of had a knack to rank websites on the first page of Google. Over the years, I've kind of honed that skill, and I've been able to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it really just comes down to one thing. But I want to give you a couple examples first, so you know that I know what I'm talking about. There's a couple websites I've optimized recently. One of them is called SolarScreenOutlet.com. Now, this website is a couple years old, and it currently has 42 different keywords ranking in the top 3 positions on Google organic search. The combined average monthly search volume for all these keywords is 9,860. So I just want you to know that, so you know that we're not ranking for obscure keywords that nobody's typing in. All of the keywords that we're ranking for in the top 3 positions on Google are being searched an average of 9,860 times a month. So these are legitimate keywords. And only one of the keywords out of the 42 is a brand keyword, and that keyword is Solar Screen Outlet. Everything else is generic keyword. Another example of a site that I've been optimizing recently is worldofbronze.com. Worldofbronze.com ranks for 81 different keywords in the top 3 positions on Google. The combined average monthly search volume for that website is 15,160. And again, only one of those keywords is a brand keyword. I will give you a link in the description below of how you can pull a report with this exact data so you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, you can pull a report for your website or any other website on the internet to get an idea of which keywords that website is ranking for and how often those searches are done on an average monthly basis. Okay, well, enough about me. Let me get to exactly how I rank these websites and other websites as well. There's an old saying in US politics that goes something like this: it's the economy, stupid. You hear that in almost every election cycle for the past 20 or 30 years. It has something to do with the fact that it just kind of dumbs down the choice for voters to get them thinking about one issue so they can make the choice for that particular candidate. So when it comes to ranking at the top of Google page 1 in 2019, let me put on my politician hat for you and tell you this: it's the content, stupid. That's the age-old secret. Content is still king. Going back to the 2 websites I just talked about that are ranking really well for dozens of different keywords, what you'll notice on both of those websites is a lot of good quality content. So for example, worldofbronze.com, that website has hundreds, maybe even thousands of different products on there. All having to do with bronze statues. Each product has a unique product description, and it's not just a couple sentences, it's several paragraphs for each product. That's super important. We did the same with Solar Screen Outlet. Basically, we just took each product. This website only has a handful of products, not hundreds or thousands, but maybe a dozen or so. And we just filled out each product description as much as we could. We didn't just fill it with fluff. We typed out full descriptions, answering questions that people might have, describing the products in detail, and just creating a really nice, unique product description for each product on that website. And we didn't copy any information from other sources or from distributor sources or anything like that. It is unique. So that's really important. We have unique quality content on both of those websites, and Google has rewarded us accordingly. So Google's figured out this amazing secret. Humans love great content. Okay, it's not a secret, right? Like, humans love great content. If you're looking for something on Google and you find an article or something at the top of the search results, you like that. You want to find what you're looking for quickly and easily right there at the top. And so Google has tons of data, and they have a really advanced algorithm, and they have, for the most part, figured out how to give people great results for the keywords that they're searching for. So all you need to do is create great content answering questions that people are looking for the answers for, and you can rank at the top of Google as well. But that begs several different questions. Number one, what is great content? How do I create great content? How will Google find my content? And how long will it take to rank my content on the top of page 1 of Google? So let's take each one of those questions one at a time. So what is great content? It's simple. Great content answers a question thoroughly and comprehensively. So think about your business or your industry. Think about the most common questions that you get, and then think of an answer to that. It's probably not a one word or even one sentence or even one paragraph answer. If you can come up with a really good article comprehensively answering those questions that come up, one article for each question, that's qualified as great content in my book, in Google's book as well. In my business, after I build a website for a customer, one of the most common questions I get is, okay, I have a new website. How do I get it on the first page of Google? So I wrote an article on my blog several years ago about how to get on the first page of Google. And I was very thorough in my answer, and I updated it every few months, and I added to it, and I made it better and better. And pretty soon Google started ranking that on the first page of Google for all sorts of search terms, like how do I get on the first page of Google and get on Google first page and all these different keywords. So if Google is ranking my article about how to get on Google's first page, then I must be doing something right. So again, start with the most common question that you get and answer it in the form of a blog post or article. Post it to your website, share it on social media, and Google will be sure to find it. Typically, a well-researched article takes about 3 to 15 hours to research and write. The best articles I've written that rank really high usually take anywhere from 3, 4 to 5 hours to complete and edit and publish. A really good piece of content is not something that you just dream up quick in 10 minutes. Sometimes things like that can catch on and go viral, but generally speaking, it's going to take several hours worth of work per piece of content, and we'll talk about other types of content, not just articles or blog posts. Several hours of work will have to go into it in order to create a great piece of content that Google's going to rank really well. So next question, how do I create great content? Well, we've already talked about how to create an article or a blog post, but that's not the only types of content. Think about the different types of content you consume online. You're probably reading articles, you're listening to a podcast, or you're watching a video. Those are kind of the 3 main things. So if you've already written an article, what you can do is just take that article and basically read it into a camera and create a video from it. Put that video on YouTube, and Google will find out about it. It turns out Google actually owns YouTube. So if you create a video, put it on YouTube, then Google will find it, and you can actually rank that video for a particular keyword or search term. You'll notice that Google's starting to put a lot of YouTube videos as results for searches, not just blog posts or articles or web pages. If you're a little camera shy, turn that article into a podcast. If you don't have an article, you can create a podcast for something going on in your industry, or maybe someone else's article that you want to talk about, discuss, comment on, or rebut. All those things are great pieces of content, great article, a great video that really explains things well, or even a podcast episode that talks about something happening in your industry or answering a question that you get a lot in your business. Next question, how will Google find my content? If you're doing a video we already talked about, upload it to YouTube. Google owns YouTube, they will find it. So that kind of takes care of itself. If you're doing a podcast, you can actually publish it using Google Music. Obviously, Google knows what's being uploaded to its own platform. So if you upload a podcast episode to Google Music, they will find it right away. And then if you have written an article or blog post, what you can do is go to Google Search Console, submit your website, submit your sitemap, so that Google will be able to crawl your website and discover all the new content and information that you add to it on a regular basis. If you don't have a website, just create an article, write it in a Google Doc, and then copy and paste it into Quora. Create a free account on Quora, submit your article there, and Quora will take care of distributing it throughout the world and letting Google know about it. Okay, so last question is, how long will it take for my awesome content to rank at the top of page 1 of Google? And the answer is it varies. It depends on your industry, your competition, and just really how great your content is. Typically, we're not talking about days or weeks here. We're talking about months or even years. The article that I wrote that's still really popular on Google, it took several months to show up on Google at all, and then to climb up the rankings, it took several more months. So we're talking probably 12 to 24 months. And over time, it can even gain higher and higher rankings if that content is in fact unique and really great content. We're talking about crockpots here, not microwaves. There's no quick and easy way necessarily to get to the top of the page of Google. But it's not just about writing one piece of content or creating one great video. If you continue to consistently create great content over and over again on a regular basis, Google will take notice and they will start ranking your articles and your videos and your podcasts higher and higher. Try to do one every month if you can, and then once you start getting in a good rhythm there, do one a week. And if you've got 52 great pieces of content that you've written over the course of the last year, Google will definitely take notice and you will start seeing your traffic from Google skyrocket without paying for ads, without doing any crazy social media tricks. So there you have it. It's not a very sexy answer. There's no secrets. There's no special tools or anything that you need to rank highly on Google. You just have to put in the work. You have to create great content, take the time to research it, edit it, write it, and publish it, and Google will find it and begin to rank you really highly at the top of the page. So that's what you need to do for 2019, and it's not that much different from 2018 or 2017. I hope that helps.